Hoo-yah, everyone. It's Veterans Day 2012. I'm Dr. Lance Davis, and we're here at the beautiful and historic Boone Hall Plantation outside of Charleston, South Carolina. We're here at the 150th anniversary reenactment of the Civil War Battle of Secessionville. What a lot of people may not realize is that massive advances occurred in medicine during the Civil War era. Despite the fact that we didn't even understand germ theory or why infections happened, we learned that rapid amputation of injured limbs that were open with open wounds led to better outcomes. It set a new standard of care. We developed echelons of care near the battlefield, which went on into World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan as the standard of how we would get injured combatants from the front lines back to complete care. Helicopter evacuation of combat casualties began in Korea and was honed to a fine art in Vietnam. This new system allowed for a reduction in the overall death rates experienced by those injured on the battlefield to below 3%. Patients with critical abdominal trauma who require urgent surgical attention received a particularly impressive survival advantage. Death rates due to combat abdominal trauma were greater than 9% before Korea, before helicopter evac. But midway through Vietnam, these rates were cut in half. This was directly attributed to the helicopter evac system and its ability to get these patients from the front back to life-saving surgical care within 3 to 12 hours. This was an unprecedented achievement. Welcome to Military Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Lance Davis. This show honors the medical professionals and the systems that are in place to take care of our heroes. War is a terrible thing, but throughout history, it has made us better and better as we try to save lives and preserve health, both for the combatants and for innocent people who may be caught in the war zone. Here we are at the Patriots Point Naval and Maritime Museum near Charleston, South Carolina. Behind me is the Fighting Lady, the Uss Yorktown. She weighs in at 30,000 tons with a length of 888 feet. Today we're going to look at the medical bay. Now we're here in this small one-room surgical suite as part of the medical bay of the USS Yorktown. Let me paint a picture for you. You're the lead medical officer or the ship's surgeon, and you're responsible for 360 naval officers and 3,000 sailors at sea. Challenge 1, keep these guys alive, healthy, and functioning during peacetime or non-combat operations. Now think about challenge 2. Your ship is under attack. You've got to keep your wounded shipmates alive despite explosions, power outages. The ship is maneuvering. It's going to push your team, your courage, and your skill to the absolute limit. Imagine that you are a medic or a nurse or a doctor used to treating patients in the controlled environment of a hospital, maybe in a city, and all of a sudden you find yourself amidst all this violence, carnage, chaos, as you try to bring that care to your patients who may be dying. Here we've got a casualty, a badly wounded soldier on the field, but he's still alive right now. Is he going to make it? Is he going to die of blood loss? Is he going to die of infection? Is he going to lose an airway? Not if someone can get to him in time. Even back in the Civil War era, and certainly now with modern technology, combat medicine can save lives. In the modern age, we have rapid evacuation procedures. We've got helicopters, we've got fast-moving ambulances, we've got good communication, but it's still based on the principles of triage, sorting out the most critically wounded patients, and even those who can't be saved, who need comfort. And back in this day, these guys were just on the inception of this knowledge. They were just beginning to understand this. We're having to plan. We're having to develop new systems for doing this. And the lessons learned here are still in place today.